feel like it was sent to me, and I was literally here to say that exact dream of mine.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. The last conversation I had with my grandma recently, she told me this one thing. She said, "Ola, I remember when I was a little girl and I was talking to my granny, and she used to tell me this one sentence, that life is so short as if you open one door and you close it right away. And that is literally your whole life in between those opening and closing the door." And I remember when I was a little girl, I was thinking, oh my God, I've lived through so much, and my grandma is old, so she must have lived through so much, but I never fully realized the truth behind the sentence. And she told me this, "Ola, but life really is as if you open the door and if you close it. And you have to get the most from it. You have to not let anybody stop you from living this life, from opening and closing the door, because it's very, very little time." And she always is the kind of woman, whenever we're talking, she always gives me all of those wise thoughts of hers. But this one really stick through me, because the past days when like my life was happening, I was going out, I was talking to people, I was having my own thoughts, and I realized how many blockages I'm having in my life, how many times I'm being pushed away over what somebody might have think, or even my own thoughts, like that are blocking me from living my life to the fullest. And it's so short and it's so precious. And I hope this video will not bring the anxiety from, this whole sentence, because I know life is so precious and it's so short, might make somebody feel like, oh my God, I'm not living through, like it can go like into the anxiety, kind of way, but it can also go into the motivational kind of way. Like, it's so short. Why would I waste a second of this amazing life? Why would I even waste a second? I'm not saying everybody, but like most of people are not really enjoying their lives, are being blocked by every single like opinion of others or opinion of themselves from literally like living their life to the fullest. And I know that I thought always I'm living my life like the best way possible, but I've realized how many times I'm blocking myself. And this video is literally like first let's focus onto the part when people are blocking us. It's like whenever you're going out and you want to do something and you're thinking, oh my God, but what would people think? That is exactly the moment you're letting somebody block you from living your life to the fullest. And first of all, let's just realize you have your own life, they have their own lives. It's their life to live. They have their own life to live. Yours is just for you. So like why would you give somebody such a power to have a control over your life? This is something I'm always saying in my videos, that whenever you're giving the power to somebody, only then they can influence you. It's not like somebody has the power over you. No, it's always you giving them the power, because if I don't care what somebody else thinks about me, they would not have impact whatsoever on me, like nothing. So only when I like let them into my thoughts, let them into this vulnerable side of mine, only then they have the impact. So like whenever somebody controls you in any sort of way, it's you giving them the control. It's not their, power, they're so powerful. No, it's you giving them the control. Like your whole energy, your whole life is depending on you. And I'm never gonna stop saying that. It's always depending on you. Whatever you're like letting into your life, it's depending on you. You can just simply not let something into your life. And of course, sometimes materialistically, like physically, some person can be in your life, but like spiritually, energetically, you can just literally cut them out of your life, cut them out of your thoughts, because what is inside of your head is outside of your head. It's always like that. It's first inside here, and then it's materializing outside. So it's never like, oh my God, I hate that this person makes me feel so sad. It's because you're letting them make you feel so sad. If you're simply just blocking what they're saying, like not letting them get into you, they're never gonna get into you. So first of all, you have to realize you have the power, you have the control, and sometimes you're just simply giving it up. For what? I have no idea. But anyway, so whenever you're out, and for example, this is the situation that happened to me on Friday. I was out with my girlies and with my best friend, and it was like 7 girls and 1 guy. He's my best friend. I love him so much, but it was so funny. So anyway, we went out, and it was like we went to the club, and you know, what you do in a club, you dance, because we went there specifically because my favorite DJ ever was there and he was putting on the songs, and I knew that like since he will be there, the music will be like rocking. So that was the only reason we even went out in the first place, because I said, he's gonna be there, we're going. So the music started, you know, the party started, and there was literally like no person on the dance floor. And I know that this is the situation very out of the comfort zone of somebody's. I understand that fully, like believe me. I have a very wide comfort zone when it comes to social events. I was never the person that was shy. I was never the person like this wise, you know, like social wise. I was never the person that didn't want to be the star of the show. I was always the person that was like, who is the volunteer? I was like, me. I'm the volunteer, like get me into the stage, like always. I was always this, my mama was always saying, oh my God, she's such a star, and gwiazda in Polish. And like, I was always a gwiazda. I was always like the one that was going through, and I was like, look at me. Like, I was craving the attention, but not in a sense that I was insecure and I needed to be in a spot of attention. No, but I really liked it, and I still like it. I was dancing for 10 years of my life on a stage in front of lots of people, and I never felt anxious about it. I was always like, I know I'm such a good dancer. I know that, I believe in that. And whenever I'm supposed to dance, I do not care if somebody's watching. And even if somebody's watching, I even like it. I like, because I'm like, this is something I'm very good at. If you want to watch me, literally. Because like, this is something I'm so proud of myself for. So but I understand that this is very out of somebody else's comfort zone. So I get that, okay? I understand that. But we were out with a group, you know, of people, and their songs were coming up, and I was like, oh my God, let's go dance. And for first minutes when like they were sitting, they were like, nobody's dancing, and I was literally dancing by myself, which was, like I said, some people would have such an anxiety attack. I don't give a shit. I don't care like that. So like, even if nobody else was on the dance floor, I was literally like on my own on the dance floor for like a couple of minutes. So, but then such a good song came out, and I was like, no, we have to dance, like come on. And I was saying to my friend, and I saw this like fighting with the opinion of others or with what she really wanted to go onto the stage. And I'm so proud of her that she finally like, you know, broke through it. But there were so many people, so many girls that I saw that they were dancing on, but they were looking like if somebody else is also coming. And I thought to myself, how many times are you blocked by, oh my God, I don't want to be alone there. Oh my God, I don't want to be, you know, in a spot of attention. I don't want somebody else to think about me badly. I don't want to be like, stop thinking about others. If you want to go dance, go dance. Even if nobody else is dancing, go and dance. And I feel like this is such a show of confidence, such a show of power, because like, I don't care what anybody else is doing. I know what I want, and I'm going after it always. And this is such like, if somebody else is seeing me and knowing that I really don't care and I'm doing what I want, it's like, okay, like she's putting herself on the top. She's thinking of herself as a priority. And I'm like, hell yeah. And I do this. And I know that it's not easy, because I'm going out of my comfort zone so many times, like not dance wise, not, you know, club wise, attention wise, but there are so many moments when I'm like physically and like on purpose every single day trying to get out of my comfort zone, because I know how scary it is. But every single step you make out of this comfort zone is proof to yourself that you have the control, that you are doing what you want, that you are choosing how to live your life, not somebody else. You are doing it. And this is so important to realize, that whenever you're being blocked by somebody else, you are not the one that chooses how to live your life. Somebody else chooses how to live your life for you. It's not the detachment. It's not that, oh, I don't care what is going to happen. God, you know, just lead me where you need. No, this is literally giving up on this free will, on this freedom that we are literally given when you have the freedom. Because I know that some people have I know that some people do not have the free will to literally do whatever they want. But if you do, and you're just blocked by your own fear about being judged or whatever, you are literally giving the control of yourself. You're giving this free will to somebody else. And this is dumb. I'm so sorry, because I know it's scary, and I know it is not easy to make this first step. And I'm not saying you should go and, I don't know, dance on a scene in front of 5,000 people, you know, watching you, because I know that this is such a big step. But what I'm saying is, every single day when you're feeling like you want to do something, but you're being blocked because, oh my God, what if this person, like whenever you have this fear what somebody might think of you, even if it's very, very subconsciously, think about every single time you're being blocked by making a step towards something you want. Think about, is it because I am in fear of somebody else's opinion about me? Is it because of that? Or is it because I am in fear of my own opinion about me? And this is the second thing I want to talk about here. Because when we're being blocked about somebody else, it's like, okay, we're being controlled about somebody else. But when we are being controlled by our own fears, it's equally bad. I'm giving up this free will either to somebody else or to my, anxiety thoughts or to this ego self of mine. Because basically, what our ego is for our protection, for our survival. I think I already said it in one of my videos that what ego was basically for is when we were cavemen and something was out of our comfort zone, our ego, this like shadow self of ours was saying to us like, oh no, this is bad. Because whenever we were going out and doing something we're not used to do, there was danger, and ego was like, danger, no. Like, it's bad. It's new, so it's bad. It's out of your comfort zone, so it's bad. Only the comfort zone is safe. But you have to realize we're not a caveman anymore. We are not in danger that much. I mean, of course, like when we're walking, like, in the night and you're a girl and, there's a big chance of us being basically violated. So I'm not saying be, careless. No, but what I'm saying is, it's okay to go out of your comfort zone if it's not harming you in any way. I'm not saying harming you in a way that I'm uncomfortable, because of course, if you're getting out of your comfort zone, you're gonna be uncomfortable. But what I'm saying is, if it's not gonna put me into any danger of like physical danger, do it. Literally do it, because you're gonna get so much stronger if you're just literally gonna break through those walls of your comfort zone. And it's even harder, I think, than giving up on this caring about what people might think about us. Because when we are detaching from other people's thoughts, we are in our own head. This is the first step. The second step is when we're in our own head and we are hearing our thoughts that are not always the positive ones. Like, for example, like I was saying, I think before in my videos, I was bothered by acne since I think for 2 years now. And this was, or even longer, because when I was 18, when I turned 18, only then I started drinking alcohol. And it wasn't a lot, but because I have a very light head, but the way that my body is removing these toxins out is through, the breakouts. So whenever I was drinking anything, like literally just a glass of wine or like half a glass of wine, I was always having breakouts. So I'm not counting this as an acne. I'm counting acne as an hormonal acne that I have literally not control over, because I stopped drinking the alcohol, but then my hormones started, going off, and that was the point when I was like, oh shit, something's wrong. So I had an acne, and I'm still bothered by like PHA and PHE. I have a bit of, the pigment on my face, and it's not like, something that will go away within the days, but it's something that is going away for months. And you can still see it on my face. Right now I'm wearing concealer, so you cannot really see it, but every single time I remember that somebody can see my face, I'm like keeping my guard up, and I'm trying not to let it bother me, because I know that people are not really noticing it as much as I do, because this was an insecurity of mine. Right now, I'm so furious about all of the times when it let me get into my head and not enjoy the moment so much that I'm not giving a shit. And of course, like, I'm feeling like amazing when I'm wearing makeup, and it's not like I would choose to have acne, no, or I would choose to have this hyperpigmentation, no. But what I'm saying is that I just stopped giving a shit. I just stopped caring, because this is something that I do not have a control over.
And this is something that I know is not giving away from my beauty. I know I'm beautiful and I love me and I love every single part of me, including this, because this is shown that even through like every single thing, even through all of those painful breakouts, I still kept my guard up. I still could manage to do all of this amazing stuff. And I started learning about my hormones. And I know that if I didn't have this acne, I wouldn't know so much about cycle syncing, about your hormones, about like holistic routines, about how teas have impact on you. And I literally stopped having PMS because I learned how to cycle sync. I learned how to heal my hormones, how to heal my gut. And it's all because I got the acne. Because if I didn't have it, I wouldn't bother getting into it. So it's like, this is literally like the proof I'm a survivor. And I know this is a silly thing to somebody, but for me, it's a big thing. I'm super mad at all of those moments when I let it get inside my head. And I know I couldn't know any better. And I'm happy that I realized it and I can just move on. I can just go further with my life. But I'm never, ever gonna let anything that is not really relevant get into my head. Like, it's not relevant that I have hair on my legs, that, oh my God, I forgot to shave. So fucking what? Are you gonna stop having fun because you realize you're a human, you have hair? Sue me. Literally, just stop caring that much. You're a human, you're not a project. I said in my previous video, you're not supposed to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. And even if outside they are perfect, because of course somebody's, ideal beauty might be different from somebody else's. So okay, you can think, oh my God, this person is so beautiful, they're perfect. And this person might think about you the same way, because it's in your head what is the perfection of the beauty. So if you are choosing to think of yourself as not perfect, as not worthy of something because you forgot to shave your legs, or oh my God, you have a pimple, or oh my God, my hair is not this dense, like, Stop doing that. Stop picking onto yourself, because this is exactly what is also blocking you from having the time of your life, because you're so focused onto what is missing from you that you're stopping yourself from living what is around you. I'm not saying I'm perfect in this. I'm not saying I stopped caring and right now like nothing can get inside my head, because like I started saying at the beginning of the video, there were moments in this week when I was like, oh my God, my face is so puffy. Oh my God, I'm this. Oh my God, like that. But I started cutting out those thoughts, and I'm very confident in myself, and I really love myself, and I really think I'm gorgeous. I think I'm a 10 out of 10. And I know like people might think, oh my God, she's so self-absorbed. Sue me, literally, what the fuck? Like, I'm loving myself and I don't see any wrong in this. Like, I'm not saying anybody else is worse than me. No, I'm saying I love myself. I think I'm perfect. And what is wrong with that? I see nothing wrong with that. So literally, like, I still have those thoughts. I still am thinking, oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, this. Stop. Just stop. And I am on my journey, and I am so far in this journey of stopping myself from picking onto myself. And I'm proud of myself for that. But it makes me so mad whenever I see a 10 out of 10 girl. Like, literally, they're so beautiful and they're so insecure because they are letting themselves be picked on by themselves or by other people. And I'm like, you have the power. You literally have the power. And this message to everybody else, and also to me, to remind myself, you are not a project. You are perfect the way you are. You're literally perfect. And I feel like God sent me this dream today, especially to say it in my YouTube video, because today I'm recording it the same day I'm gonna post it. And yesterday I was supposed to record it, but I was feeling a bit, after the night out, I was not feeling my best, and I didn't want to be in front of the camera. And I think this was like the God guiding me not to be on the camera yesterday, because he sent me this dream today. And I was dreaming this. I literally have the goosebumps, because it was so like, I had this dream and I felt like wow in this dream. There was like this big artist, and he was either he was painting the puzzles or he was making the puzzles. I don't know, but this was some art, and it was something with a puzzle. It was some image with the, like, you can see the puzzle, outer line. And there were a few puzzles missing, there were a few things that were missing from this whole image. And I was watching this whole process of this image, of this painting, of this puzzle being created. And the artist, when there were still a few puzzles missing, he said, that's it. And I was like, it's not a full image, it's not a full painting. And it looked amazing, it looked like more mysterious, you know, but I was still like, how could it be full? Like there are still a few pieces missing. And this artist turned to me, and I couldn't see his face, but he turned to me and he said, no, this is perfect, this is better as if it was complete, this is literally perfect right now. And I remember, I still have the goosebumps right now, because in my dream today, I'm gonna cry, because in my dream, I realized this is not about the painting. This is not about the painting. This is about us being incomplete, me not having long hair, not having dense hair, or still having those scars. And I'm incompleted within those categories of beauty that I set up for myself. And I am perfect right now. I'm more perfect right now than as if I would have everything. And I was like, and that's it. And that's all I remember. And I feel like I just had to say it to you guys. I feel like it was sent to me, and I was literally here to say that exact dream of mine, because it was so like, wow, it was touching for me that we are more perfect, like not being so completed, because it's more human this way. It's more mysterious that way. Also, I'm rewatching TVD, like Vampire Diaries, and I just love this TV show every single time. There's gonna be a spoiler right now, so I'm just gonna give it this alert. And there is this character, and her name is Rebecca, and she's a vampire, as is Vampire Diaries, and she's a vampire, and she's the original vampire, so she's lived through like 1,000 or even more years. I do not know even how old is she, but she's, you know, very, very old. And what is her biggest dream is to be a human, is to be like so vulnerable. And she said this sentence to Matt, to other character in the TV show. She said, because he was like, I'm just a bus driver, like I'm nothing special. And she said, you are so perfectly human. And it shocked me so much. I was like, I think like we do not appreciate being human enough. We do not appreciate every single thing that is given to us, those emotions, those like feelings, because there was I'm in the 4th season of the show, and there's the part where Alina got her emotions back, and the character was saying, you feel this thing, this is joy. You feel this thing that it's like overflowing you completely, this relief, this weight that is being put off from you. This is joy. And she started crying from this joy because something else happened. I'm not gonna have so many spoilers. I'm not gonna, focus onto the show. But I was watching it and I was like, I feel like this could have literally like another message. Not only like, oh my God, yay, she had her emotions back on. No, it's like, how amazingly perfectly human we are, and we do not even appreciate it as much. How amazingly incomplete we are, and we do not appreciate it as much. So the next time you're picking onto yourself and you're stopping yourself from having this fun, from being this human, think about it. Think about how amazingly human you are, how amazingly incomplete you are, and let yourself have this fun, have this amazing life that is so short, as if you open the door and close it again, because it is like that. It is so short, and I cannot imagine that this 1 year that I was like, I'm in Italy right now, and I'm Polish, and I'm in Erasmus, and when I was coming here, I still remember being so like scared and being like, oh my God, because first I was going just for the half of the year, and then I like decided to stay more, because for me it was too short of a time, and half of the year sounded so long for me. I was like, I cannot believe I'm going out for so long. And right now I'm like, I feel like I've been living here for years, but on the other hand, it was like that. It was like a week of going. Time is going so much fast. Time is going so fast. That is literally like unbelievable. And I will never, ever be the reason again to stop myself from living it. And also, I'm saying to every single time you decided to rot in your bed, every single time, instead of going out, instead of having fun, or even like having fun within, like in your house with yourself. I'm not saying you have to socialize so much. No, I'm saying you have to live. Stop watching so much TV shows. Stop rotting in bed so much. Stop looking so much at your phone. Just live, because it's so short. And this is still the message to me, because I'm I'm so addicted right now to my phone. I'm communicating to every single friend of mine through my phone. Every single time I want to talk to my parents, I have to call them, and it's breaking my heart. Also yesterday when I was thinking of my parents, I was of course watching the Vampire Diaries. So when there was a scene when there was something about parents, never mind, and I thought about my mommy, my favorite person in the whole wide world, and I thought to myself about her, and I felt this urge of hugging her. I'm gonna cry right now. And I felt this urge about hugging her, and I couldn't, and it was late, so I didn't want to wake her up about calling her. I mean, I did call her before and she didn't pick up, so that was why. But I didn't want to, call again, because like, what would I do? What would I say? I would say, oh my god, I'm crying right now because I cannot hug you, and I didn't want her to cry again. I know she's watching this right now, so I'm sorry for you to finding out anyway. But I felt so like I want to hug her and I cannot, and I felt so hurt by it. And I know that I'm gonna live with her in 3 months again, and we're gonna be reunited, and it's gonna be amazing. And I just have to, focus onto the time I have here, and I am. And honestly, like, I've went through such a journey of detaching. I can just do my best, and the God will lead me the way. But I cannot have the anxiety over, oh my God, I just have this little amount of time. I have just this little amount of time. I just stopped caring like that. I just started focusing onto what is right now and started living my life. And I'm super happy for myself. If you still want to, get to know how I did that, you can listen to other videos of mine, and I hope it will help. But yesterday I was so like, oh my God, I miss my mommy, and the only way I could communicate to her was through the phone. So I'm glued to my phone all the time. Like, the first thing today, I was woken up by my neighbor's dog, and I was so furious about this fact because it's the 4th time this week. So anyway, and the first thing I wanted to do was talk to my parents about this, was literally just call my parents and talk to my daddy, like, listen, what happened to me. And I was like, but I have this rule of mine that after I wake up, I will not use my phone for an hour. So I woke up and I was like, I wanted to call them, but I was like, I don't want to look at the screen first. So it was like, the only way I can communicate to them is through this phone, is through the screen. So I'm like all the time on the phone, not even talking to them, because after I talk to them, I'm like, okay, I can already check the messages, I can check this, and then I'm scrolling through the phone, and I'm all the time on the phone. So this is also the reminder: start living, stop scrolling, start living, literally. And I'm not saying you cannot, use your phone like at all, because of course, like, I'm an influencer, I'm a YouTuber, and I'm trying, to be active on those things. But what I'm saying is, do not rot in your bed and spend your time like that. You can even be bored, literally just be bored. Just lay down with your legs up to the wall and look at the ceiling and just think, just literally be bored. Let yourself be bored, because I feel like we are so addicted to dopamine that we forgot that it is okay to be bored. It is okay to feel a bit slowed down, because honestly, I started saying life is so quick, life is so short, that this slowing down, this whole trend of slowing down is so, I love it. I love it so much, like how to slow your life down, because it's so quick, you have to slow down sometimes. And being bored is literally number one step, like literally just focusing onto breathing for a while now, just being in this peace for a while now. Instead of scrolling, just be bored. And then if you want to have some dopamine, go for a colorful walk, or jump a bit, or I don't know, shake your body, get this anxiety out of yourself, or I don't know, sync with yourself. Like, there are so many things you can do. If you want an inspiration, I can make the whole video about that. This video, I wanted to be focused onto those blockages that are stopping you from living your life. And like I said, every single time I think about me being stopped by either somebody's opinion or somebody's action that I might get, or my own thoughts, my own insecurities, because let's just call it as it is. It's insecurity. If I'm, for example, I don't want to go to the beach with my friends because I'm like, oh my God, what if they see my skin? No, girl, it's normal. You're a human. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. If you're doing this again, stop it, okay? Get out of your comfort zone on a daily basis. Every single step is gonna get easier. And I think that's it. That's all I wanted to say. And I love you guys so much. You're amazing. And I love every single time I'm receiving a message from you guys. It's making my day. There is so, there are so many of you right now, and it's making my heart warm. And I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. And I love you. I hope I helped with this video. I hope I got some thoughts out of you. And like I said, I love you. I hope you had an amazing day. Ciao.